Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jordan. Welcome back to Skyrim. So we have jumped ahead a little bit. I've come down to Ivarstead here. That is the throat of the world, the tallest peak in Skyrim. And up there is High Hrothgar, where we need to meet the Greybeards. Now I'm not gonna make you guys sit and watch the ascent of the throat of the world. It's quite a long climb and not a tremendous amount is going to happen. So I'm going to go through and do that on my own. I will quickly cut back in once we've actually reached the top, and I'll show you High Hrothgar very quickly, and then we'll come. Hello. We'll come back when I get back down. There's a bear. I need to kill that bear for a little side quest for Timber Wide Arms over here. Yes, so I'll cut back in, because when we come back down here and come back to town, we'll get attacked, and that will trigger the start of the Dragonborn story. So I want to have that, the journey to Solstheim. Jesus Christ. Every time you try to speak in this game. We'll try to get to Solstheim and check that place out first. Because there is a little bit of speaking to people when we get to Raven Rock, and so I kind of want to get that out of the way and just start journeying in Solstheim in this video. So I'm going to cut out here, and I will cut back when we're at High Hrothgar. So, see you soon, guys. Hello, Mr. Fuzzy Face. Hey guys, so we started our climb up High Hrothgar, and there's actually this little cave here called Pine Peak Cavern that I'd forgotten about. So just in case I decide to include this, I thought I would cut back in, because we're probably going to fight a bear or two while we're here, and just kind of check out what this little cave's all about. You wait there, mate. So I think it may be only the one bear. That's fine. Now, we haven't actually triggered the little side quest yet, but there's the lady who runs the mill in Ivarstead. I briefly mentioned this before, just now, called Timber Wide Arms. She wants you to kill some bears because they're stripping the bark of the trees around the area by sharpening their claws. So she sends you to kill 10 bears and bring her the pelts. So I've run across a few bears. I haven't actually been saving up bear pelts with the idea of this quest in mind. It's just on the journey here I happened across quite a few bears, and so I've gathered a few pelts. I think I'm at about 7, maybe 8. 8. So I got 5 bear pelts and 3 cave bear pelts. So if I can find 2 more bears, ooh, corundum, then we can sort of turn that quest into Timber Wide Arms and just get some gold out of it. I mean, it's nothing amazing. To be honest, the actual pelts are probably worth more to me in leather that I could use to craft, but why not get another quest out of the way, you know? I don't know if I'll include that in any sort of video, because I'm not going to delay my journey to Solstheim just to kill some bears. Heavy armor forging. We should trigger our skill. Yep. By Sven Two Hammers. Isn't Sven lucky? Could have actually read that one for you. Gold and lockpicks I'll leave. The great sword's not really worth the wait. Alrighty, yeah, so yeah, I just thought I'd throw this in very quickly. It's just a little cave on our way up the mountain, so I'll continue on with the journey, guys, and I'll cut back in once we're at the top. Careful, Big Dave. Hey guys, welcome back. So we just got attacked by a frost troll. We're about halfway up the mountain. I just cut back in so that you could see that we just leveled up. We've also got one of the tablets right here, number 5. Man prevailed, shouting all joy and out of the world, proving for all that their voice was too strong. Their voice too was strong, although their sacrifice were manifold. So let's level up. Sorry guys, this is going to be a very choppy video, I think. Oh, that's right, I got bone break fever. My stamina's been reduced. I apologize for that. I'm trying to include as little as possible. I'm actually going to hold off on leveling up. I'll wait till my two-handed increases, then I'll bump that up. So yeah, we're quite a ways up now, but still a long way to go. So I will cut back in when we are closer to the summit. Okay guys, we're here. This is SHAREfactory. I just want to have a look at this sunset. Sunsets in this game are still just amazing. Really beautiful. Anyway, yep, here we are. SHAREfactory, home of the Greybeards. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through my meeting with the Greybeards. If you're interested in that sort of stuff, there's a million Let's Plays that will let you see the meeting with the Greybeards. But yeah, it's just a lot of talking, and that's not what this video is going to be about today. Today's about Solstheim. So I will see you guys back at the bottom of the mountain. For you it will be very quick, for me it will be a painfully slow process, but anyway, I'll see you there guys. Alrighty guys, so for you it's been about 3 seconds, for me it's been quite a while, but we're back. Heading into Iverstead here, we're going to trigger an attack. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to put my helmet back on. There we go. There it is. Got my bucket back on my head. The old Ned Kelly special. We are heading back into Iverstead. We're going to get attacked by the cultists of Miraak, and then we will be able to start our Dragonborn adventure. Hello.
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn.
I'm the one they call Stephen.
Then it is too late. The lie has already taken root in the hearts of men. So we shall expose to them the falseness in their hearts by tearing out yours, deceiver. When Lord Miraak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose him.
Fair enough. Okay. Cultist's orders. Board the vessel Northern Maiden docked at Ravenrot. Take it to Windhelm, then begin your search. Kill the false Dragonborn known as Tor Starkweather before he reaches Solstheim. Return with word of your success, and Miraak shall be most pleased. Fair enough. We'll take the robes. They're weird looking, but yeah. Ooh, who's the sexy cultist? Anyway, let's continue on. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we need to head to Windhelm. Oh, Klimek.
I wish I... Ah, good to see you again. How'd that delivery go?
I delivered the supplies.
Quite a climb, wasn't it?
Friggin' oath.
Anyway, much appreciated. Here, take this for your troubles.
Well, thanks, mate.
Thanks again for the legwork.
Thanks again for the money. So I'm going to fast travel to Windhelm, guys, and then we're going to board the Northern Maiden and head to Solstheim. Okay guys, so we're back and we are in Windhelm. Uh-oh. Okay, I wanted to give my intro. I'll try and do this quickly. A couple of things have changed between videos. I'm wielding Chrysamere, which is a Creation Club added weapon. It's a nice little weapon, so I quickly picked it up before coming here. And we went through a barrow to claim it, and that's why Lydia has her new Ancient Nord helmet. I did want to record it. I did start off recording the actual dungeon, but it was a massive dungeon, and I didn't want to make a video of that and delay our journey to Solstheim. I thought we're better off... Okay, he's leaving. I wanted to get things moving, and I wanted to get to Solstheim, and because I promised it. I promised we'd be heading to Solstheim in this video. So it was a long dungeon with a lot of the same fighting over and over again, which was Draugr Wights and Draugr Scourges. So it was basically the same fight over and over and over again.
It's no secret the Aretino boy is doing some ritual, trying to call the Dark Brotherhood. Who's going to stop him? Me? I'll have no part of that.
Thank you for reminding me, my friend. Another thing I was going to start today, since we're in Windhelm. There's the Northern Maiden down there, by the way. That's the ship we need to take. Since we're in Windhelm, we can start this Dark Brotherhood quest line by talking to Aventus Aretino and telling him we're the assassin he's been praying to the Night Mother for.
Fear. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. So very tired. You've come at last! I knew you would!
Are you alright?
It worked! I knew you'd come, I just knew it! I did the Black Sacrament over and over with the body and the things, and then you came! An assassin from the Dark Brotherhood!
I sure am. Yes, of course, the Black Sacrament.
It took so long, so very long. But now that you're here, you can accept my contract. My mother, she died. I'm all alone now. So they sent me to that terrible orphanage in Riften. The Honor Hall. The headmistress is an evil, cruel woman. They call her Grelod the Kind. But she's not kind. She's terrible to all of us. So I ran away and came home and performed the Black Sacrament. Now you're here, and you can kill Grelod the Kind.
Absolutely. Alrighty, here we go. We head out to the docks, we board the Northern Maiden, and the next step will be arriving in Solstheim.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore.
Come on, Galland. Are you the captain of the Northern Maiden?
Sure. Yeah, that's me. Why? Who sent you?
I was attacked by some cultists who came here on your ship.
Now, hold on. That wasn't my fault. I didn't know they were going to attack anybody. I don't even know how I got here.
How can you not know how you got here? You sailed here, right?
It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. And that's not right, losing whole days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim.
Fellas, can we hold off on the hammering while we're having a conversation? Nope, okay. Yes, you are. You are taking me to Solstheim.
Have you been listening to me? I'm not going back there.
You owe me. Those cultists you brought here tried to kill me.
All right. You have
Sweet.
a point.
Say 500
Taking
bucks.
you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do. Besides, maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there. I owe them a bit of payback myself.
I'd like to just put a stop to the hammering. Oh, I did. Yay.
Talk to Captain Gap.
Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, Skyrim. Here we are, guys.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander. State your intentions.
I'm just looking for work.
You've picked one of the worst places in Morrowind to do that, but suit yourself. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redderin. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws.
Sure.
Any questions?
Raven Rock is purely a Dunmer settlement?
Raven Rock started out as an Imperial settlement. But the Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles. But when House Redderin took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle...
Mate, again with the hammer.
We're proud to call it home.
Thank you.
I was starting to wonder what happened to you.
I got my eye on you.
We were delayed by bad weather.
One of these days.
I'm just a ship.
So these are the Redderin Guard.
Before you even ask,
Weird armor.
have the supplies you request.
Glover Mallory is a wonder with a hammer and anvil. He mended my armor like an old pro.
Those dudes over there are wonders with hammers as well. Scarecrow. Yeah, so this is Solstheim, which was an island of Skyrim. The Imperials established it as a settlement. And you'll notice all this ash on the ground instead of snow. That's because the Red Mountain is right over there. I can't... Oh, maybe we can get up there. Which is the volcano that exploded in Morrowind and forced a lot of the Dark Elves to flee their homeland. And so Solstheim became a Dark Elf settlement. And it's technically part of Morrowind, not Skyrim. Bloody wall. I just want to have a look at the volcano. There we go. So that's still spewing ash up into the air, which is basically covering this whole island. But we're here to sort out this business with Mirak and his cult. You can keep your carrot and your cabbage. I'm feeling generous. And along the way we're going to be unlocking a lot of trophies. Now the problem with this place, at least initially, is if I go to sleep here, I will wake up at a random shrine. Part of Mirak's curse is that he's trying to return the shrines to their glory. And so if we head to the nearest one, which is just over here, people are being put into trances and they're just working on these shrines, trying to bring them back. So all of these people are actually in a trance. Oh great, more hammers. There's no point.
You there. You don't seem to be in quite the same stage as the others.
No loss. Hey
Very
buddy.
interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here?
I'm looking for someone named Mirak.
Mirak. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. That makes very little sense. Mirak's been dead for thousands of years.
What does that
I'm
mean?
not sure, but it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Mirax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there.
What are these people doing?
Building something, clearly. and yet they don't
Okay.
seem to have much to say about
Didn't
it.
have to be snarky.
I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish. That's that then.
Not going to talk to you anymore. What should we do?
The world shall listen.
Yeah, so they're basically just
And when the world
chanting.
shall see.
And when the world remembers.
That world
That seems
will cease
advisable.
to be.
There we go. We have been put in the trance. But we can
so you
actually
are
just
able
walk
to
away.
resist the effect by exerting your will. Fascinating.
Lydia.
Not advised touching the stone again. Effects of repeated contact could be... Unless, of course, you'd like to contribute to my investigation. Could be very enlightening to observe you.
Yeah, so every time you actually go to sleep here, that will happen again. I'll wake up back at the shrine in a trance working on it.
Help you any way that I can.
Thank you. Not Adriel. Oh, actually, can I get a quest off you?
Your visit here would be
No.
tolerated. No, Councillor. He's spoken to everyone in town.
Hello.
On behalf of House Redorin and as
House
Councillor of
Lalu
Raven
has a
Rock,
spy in Raven
I bid you
Rock.
welcome.
He's hidden beyond
Thank you.
our means to find him.
Do you know
Remember,
someone called Mirak?
we are
Do
watching
I?
you.
What a strange thing. It sounds so familiar, and yet I cannot place the name.
Can you tell me anything
I'm
about him?
not even sure. I can picture a temple here on Solstheim. Must have been a bad dream. My doors are open if you wish to discuss matters involving Raven Rock.
Thank you.
I understand, Adriel.
Okay, so let's head towards the temple, which is inland. So Temple of Mirak is over here. There it be.
Always a pleasure to watch when a man like you walks by.
Oh, you. Alright, let's head towards the Temple of Mirak. We'll see what sort of trouble we can get into along the way. Hopefully we can get into a couple of good fights, because we may need to actually do the temple in a separate video. So let's head towards there. Here we go. Oh, actually this is a good quest. Maybe we'll do this one. How am I not hitting him?
Going here now.
Hey, Cap.
Thanks. I wasn't sure I'd make it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here.
What were those
Some of
things?
the Redoran Guard have taken to calling them ash spawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped.
How did that bring you to this old farm?
I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
I'd be glad to lend you a
Good.
hand.
I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind. And I'd hate to lose any more Redoran Guard.
Very well. Where do I begin?
We were searching the farm when the ash spawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful.
Sure. What are these ash spawn?
No one knows, really. Superstitious folks say they're the risen forms of those that died long ago. But I'm not so certain. They started attacking the bulwark a few weeks ago. My men were able to kill them, but they keep coming back.
How often do they attack?
We've had 2 other assaults on the bulwark, at different spots on the wall. I know it sounds crazy, but it's almost like they're becoming more organized and probing it for weaknesses.
You suspect there's a motivation to their attacks.
Exactly. Something has to be directing them against us, and we need to find out who or what it is.
Do you know someone called Mirak?
I might know someone, or maybe not. I can't remember.
Just tell me if you know him.
I can't. I just can't be sure. I think maybe he had something to do with a temple. A temple here on the island. Does that help?
Not really. Why do you think the attacks are from the Atius farm?
I don't. All I know is that the Ashspawn are coming from this direction. So this is as good a place to start as anywhere else. Good thing the farm's been abandoned for a long time. I'd hate to see what they would do to an unarmed farmer and his family.
How long has the farm been abandoned?
Not sure. I was told it was an old Imperial farm that was wiped out by the eruption of the Red Mountain. Not certain who lived there. It was already a pile of rubble when I arrived in Raven Rock.
Alrighty.
Report back to me if you discover anything unusual.
I sure will. Declaration of war. Raven Rock Stronghold. My calls for the unconditional surrender of your forces and immediate cessation of all hostilities has been ignored numerous times. I therefore have no choice but to assume your purpose on Solstheim is hostile, and to treat Raven Rock Stronghold as an enemy of the Empire. I warn you, any attempt to breach Fort Frostmoth will be met with an equal level of aggression. I will do everything in my power to wipe you and your forces off the face of Tamriel. There will be no further communications between us. General Folks Carius, Garrison Commander, Fort Frostmoth. So that's actually the guy who is sending the Ashspawn. Hey, mate.
Have you found something?
Yes.
This is strange. The note says it's from General Folks Carius, but that's impossible.
Why?
Well, Carius was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmoth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive.
What do you want me to do?
If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmoth and check it out. I'm gonna head back to Raven Rock and prepare the men for further assaults. Be careful. This General Carius sounds out of his mind.
Good thing about these guys is you actually get a lot of ore off of them. So yeah, I think that's a good thing to do in this video. It's actually a really good fight when you go to Fort Frostmoth. So I think we'll do that today. Ooh, nice. I never wear this stuff, but I'll take it because we're here. Wow, that made me heavy. Let's just check the farmhouse. I doubt we'll find much of interest. Unless you're interested in ash, then friggin' hell, look at that. Motherload. Alrighty, Fort Frostmoth. So let's... I know it's over to the east, it's right on the coast. There it is. But we'll do that one, we'll get rid of that one. Okay. So one of the easiest trophies that we can actually get to kick us off with is there's a trophy for discovering, I think it's 30 locations in Solstheim. So basically if we just walk around the map, we can pop that one very easily. So that's probably going to be one of the first ones that we unlock. Is it worth doing this quickly? I don't think this will take long. It's probably worth it. It's just some reavers on the ship. We should be okay. Far out. Hey, hey, hey. Easy, man. Jeez. You could hurt someone. Take care of the archers. Ooh, that looked painful. Yeah, so reavers are basically the bandits of Solstheim. It's the Reaver Lord. Now he's got the chitin armor, which is really strong. Really freaking heavy. think that's actually much better than my Crusader armor. 29. I don't really care about that restoration buff because I don't really use the spells. The boots aren't as good. Oh, actually no, it's not as good. It's not as good. Beautiful. Okay. No, we'll leave the Crusader armor on. Okay, so let's move up along here. Treaties and Aleutic cities. Physicalities of Werewolves. This is a book I was talking about a few videos ago, which is most usually found on the Vigilance of Stendar. You can also find them in areas where the Silverhand are, and it's basically a very, very deepened and detailed, I meant to say, study of having people who are werewolves chained up and slicing them open and observing what happens to their bodies as they transform, and also sort of experimenting on them in really nefarious ways to try and affect the transformation, like poisoning them and all this sort of business. It's a really really disturbing book. The Lusty Argonian Maid Folio Edition by Cressius Curio. To the Urano family, when I showed up on your doorstep in Morrowind that day, I expected to be thrown back into the street and cast aside like some sort of vermin. Instead, you offered me into the warmth and safety of your home. For that, I will be eternally grateful. Please, accept this rare folio edition of my work as a sign of appreciation for your kindness, Cressius Curio. So I'll let you read this, guys. It's actually really funny. Really, really funny. Okay. What do we got over here? The Poison Song. There's a lot of volumes of this book. Dwemer Inquiries. I think we'll just take that. I think we've had that before. The Anticipations is a new book. And Pala. Actually, we'll read that too. Wow, okay. Bloody hell. Meant to pick it up. There we go. East Empire Pendants. These are actually for a side quest here. I'm going to be cutting out a lot of this stuff. I'll cut out the lockpicking there because I'm trying to keep this video down in length. I don't want to make you guys watch. Oh yeah, I already checked that. Genius. I don't want to make you guys check. I don't want to make you guys watch absolutely everything. So I'm going to be cutting out the lockpicking most probably. Just for in terms of time, I want to keep this video moving. I don't know. With the stuff that I recorded before I left for Solstheim, I don't know how we're going to go for length. So I'm trying to keep this at kind of a manageable size. Let's get over to Fort Frostmoth. Speaking of keeping it short, there's some netches, which are fairly docile unless you trigger them. So there shouldn't be... Oh! Hello, Burnt Spriggan! Okay, note to self. Burnt Spriggans explode like fire atronachs. Let's just pop a couple of markers onto our map over here. And this is Fort Frostmoth. So what we'll do is we'll come up to Frostmoth, we'll fight the outer guards, the Ash spawn, and once we're about to actually enter Fort Frostmoth, we'll do it in the next video, because I think we should have enough time to fully explore. Whoa, okay, yeah, that's Whirlwind Sprint, by the way. I didn't actually mean to have that equipped. Let's go with Fusradar, because it will affect multiple enemies, and Frost Breath doesn't seem to be doing much at all against the Ash spawn. There's another little Dunmer settlement over there as well. But let's concentrate and do what we came here to do. He must be up towards the tower. There he is. Fort Frostmoth. Oh wait, hey, stop that. Okay, that's better. At least that staggers them. Actually, that fire resist that Chrysamir is giving me is actually coming in pretty handy at the moment. Oh, he's up there. What? Okay. Mate, we don't need that. Why did I pick up a potato? Yeah, the fire resist from Chrysamir is actually really nice. It's definitely helping me against these guys.
Men, an invader has entered the fort. Prepare yourselves for an ambush.
Oh, okay.
Fort Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
Okay, time to heal. You ugly bastards. It's lasting potency. Don't need that. Okay, so that's these guys. He died over here. She got a lot of really good ore off these guys. Bloody hell, I'm gonna have to go right around again. Okay. Oh no, it's okay. There we go. It's alright, Lydia. Stop attacking Lydia. That looks really bad. The ash sits on the other ash. That looks terrible. Okay, hopefully Lydia didn't get... Oh, no, she's all good. Just trying to rush out there. Or rush up there before Lydia was killed. Okay, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to level up. And then... the target. We will take on Fort Frostmoth in the next video. Let's level up our health. Alchemy is a really boring thing to level up in a video, but it's something that will do me a lot of good. Hello, shorty. Alrighty, so I'm going to leave this here, guys. We have arrived in Solstheim. We're on our way to triggering a lot of trophies here. And Fort Frostmoth is actually a really cool quest, so I don't want to rush through it. I want to have it as much in its entirety as I possibly can. So I'm going to leave that for the next video. I want us to be able to really appreciate this quest. It's a really, really interesting one. So I will leave this one here. And when we next see each other, we'll be tackling the source of the ash spawn attacks in Fort Frostmoth. Thank you very much, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you want to help out further, please subscribe. That really, really helps me out, and I really, really appreciate that sort of support. So thank you very, very much, guys, and I will see you in the next video.